Hi, this is Bethany Gagne, founder of the Albany Peace Project, and today I'm in a wonderful conversation with James Peterson that we've just turned the camera back on. Okay, so James, just to let everybody else in on this, I know you're a counselor. You've been in the mental health field for 27 years. You've worked with many different populations, and we got into this wonderful conversation of how important it is for us to love well.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
I just don't think there's anything more important than loving.
Right.
Because loving is everything.
Right.
Because everything that we desire is really love expressing itself.
Right.
In every moment.
Right.
So when we're with other people, we have the opportunity to be with these people and to see them with compassion and to really listen to people and to really hear where they're coming from and to really see where they're being challenged and saying, wow, you know, you're doing your best.
Right, right.
Because then we can learn to be able to say to ourselves, we're all in this place of learning and growing and expanding.
Yeah.
So loving is loving this moment, loving each other.
Right.
And I said it before, for me, I really have come to this awareness in myself that love isn't this thing that you earn, something you become, something you get. It's something you are.
Right.
And in the same way, I say I love you to so many people.
Mm-hmm.
So many people. Because it's what I really feel. And it's not because they got to this place where I think they're good enough to be liked or loved.
Right.
Because I just see them as these beautiful beings they are.
Right. And you know, I get this sense, I never really put these two together before, but hearing you speak, what comes to mind is spaciousness. And loving, almost of letting people, you just give people a lot of space to be who they are. And how there's a beauty in that, and that seems to be an aspect of love, of just kind of a space of holding, of respecting, of honoring, how beautiful that is. And you know, so many times we kind of rush around in life and we forget that the people we love, I joke sometimes, and we forget, so we'll say, oh, I know I love you, I wrote it down, you know, because we can get so hurried and so busy, and this work really helps recalibrate us to go, oh, that, you know, I remember that the people in our lives, we love them, and we need to remember that all the time.
I remember being in Colorado, and the person I was with telling me, you know, this is such a beautiful place to live, and I was taking pictures for 2 days, every single picture you can imagine.
Nice.
And he's saying, would you like to live here? Would you like to come here? I'm thinking to myself, do I ever really want to travel anywhere? Like, what do I really want?
Right.
And what I said to myself, there's nothing more beautiful to me than the human heart.
Mm.
There's nothing more beautiful than
Right.
the human heart. That all the complexities and all the challenges and all the shadows and lights and everything we go through, so that I don't need to go anywhere for that. That every person I meet, and even in my own heart, just recognizing the beauty of that heart. That this heart is such wisdom and is so
right.
all-embracing. And when I think about the true heart path, it says place in ourselves that's eternal.
Right.
Our mind has all these paradigms and all these ways we can change our thinking, and we can go through all these doubts and fears, but there's one thing that remains,
Right.
and that's our heart.
Right.
And this heart is just something that's eternal in ourselves. And the true heart is this heart you're willing to express without any fear, without any judgment, saying, I love you. I really do. And you don't have to do anything, even if you change, even if you get mad at me or whatever, I still love you.
Right.
And it's not a belief, it's just a knowing.
Right. I love the way you put that, the complexities and the shadows and the, you know, love is just kind of holding it all, you know, warts and all kind of thing, right? And that wonderful place of honoring. And what's so important, and especially what you do in your work, is helping people to kind of love themselves, warts and all, to bring out the highest and best within them, that exquisite place within them that holds their kind of essence, which often holds people's gifts, you know, right, and creativity. Would you say that?
What I would say is that the people I work with, they're at the lowest point in their life.
Right.
They're at the lowest point you can even imagine. I mean, they had a stroke, and they're either having somebody that has to help them use the bathroom, their face is disfigured where they can barely speak, they've lost control of one side of their body, they're in a wheelchair, they're unable to work, they're thinking, who's going to think I'm attractive now?
Right, right.
I mean, everything you can think about what is their identity has been stripped from them.
Right.
And what they're left with is this beauty of who they really are.
And you help them find that. So tell me how that must be a beautiful moment when you know you've seen someone have everything kind of taken from them and they come into their own, that you really specialize in that. And And do you have anything to share about that, about people that you've seen? I know you've walked people back home like that. You've shown them that their beauty.
I love it when my clients get to the point where they no longer need me.
Right,
I love it when they get to the point where they're feeling strong in themselves and they're saying, wow, I know that love is the most important thing, and I know I love myself.
Right.
And I know I don't have to be perfect because there's no such thing as perfect.
Right.
And when they get to that place where they're really shining their light and they're sharing this light with other people and their family and their friends, and I see everybody being touched by them, that there's this light that turns on them that becomes this beacon for other people. And just by being themselves, they didn't become something special.
Yeah, right.
They didn't become having a better job. They didn't get this other thing that makes them more special.
Exactly.
They just got to this place where they said, I'm enough.
Right. Oh, so gorgeous. And you're going to be talking about this at the Numinous event on the 13th.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about how we love and how important it is and what are the aspects of that. Because, you know, as funny as that sounds, that we're like taking that out, how we love, it sounds so basic. It's so not. I mean, you know, you can see it in all the media and love stories and this, that, and the other thing, but I think that often a mirage too often of what we...
Love is not a sentiment, it's a force.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely.
It's the most powerful force on this earth. And I've seen this in my life. I've gone through divorces, I've gone through breakups, I've gone through relationship changes and job changes and everything. But being in this place of being able to continue to be myself and continue to feel that love and willing to continue to express that love, I've seen so many things become harmonious in my life because of that. On my job, what's happening in my job, and it's because there's always this thing that's happening in our life that's so beautiful that we're able to let go to and surrender to, that's even more beautiful than we imagine in our brains.
Exactly, absolutely.
So for me, walking my path back home is constantly saying, I'm going to let go to now.
Right.
I have no understanding, no expectation, I don't need to know anything.
Right.
I know that there is this infinite intelligence that knows everything.
Yeah.
Basically that means that it's the universe, it's reality.
This intelligence that connects us all. You know what I love that you said that love is a force. I feel as though I've experienced it so many times with the lion and the lamb. Love is a strength, and people think that somehow we're talking about love and cushy, you know, and you know, fluffy, and you know, but love is both. It's a strength, and it's, you know, the lion and the lamb. But man, when you love well, you have stamina, you have strength, and you are going to be talking about this in a week, and it is so important.
I mean, what you do is you think about, you have your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put on love glasses. You put on these love glasses, and you see people with love, you see them with compassion, you see them that they're really, really doing their best, that they're really trying to love, they're really trying to trust, they're really, really wanting to be who they are and try to find opportunities to express more of who they are. And they really want that invitation of saying, you can shine your light.
Yeah.
So if anything that I really feel that I do well is by saying, shine your light. I want to see your light.
Right.
I want to see your personality. I want to see your sense of humor. I want to see you dancing and singing.
Right. Oh, so really great. And really helping people find that place reliably, repeatably over time. And having a witness there for them is so important. You know, it's just so important to have, I feel, people witnessing our lives for us a little bit. And really, that's a wonderful approach to counseling. I really think it's important because that's kind of what counseling is about, us kind of remembering why we're here and opening up to that.
Before I came, I just finished counseling somebody, and without mentioning names, what I can say is I was inviting this person to say, with your spouse, with yourself, be willing to go to these places where you've never been before. Be willing to be in the places where you're emotionally honest with yourself and other people, because I feel that's the greatest peace.
Yeah.
If you're trying to contain yourself and act like peace, or try to act like this image of peace, you're never going to be peace.
Right. Good point. Excellent point.
Being peace is being in this place where you're able to be where you are in yourself, moment to moment, as you're feeling it, as you're going through with it, with respect to yourself and other people, sure.
Right.
But going to this place where I'm open to myself as I am.
Yeah.
And that is what I think is the most important thing with peace. All around the world, people get caught in these places where they feel they have to act in a certain way,
right.
they have to do things in a certain way. There's all these shoulds.
Right.
When you let go of all the shoulds and the expectations, you get back to this place of saying, I am right now what I am, and I'm at peace, and I'm happy with myself being me.
Right. And that makes us honor others in the same place as well, which easier.
And you have to be willing to be rejected.
Right.
Being
right.
rejected means saying, I'm willing to be myself.
Right.
I may repel, I may
right.
bring people to me, but at the same time, I don't need any of it. I allow all of it.
Absolutely. Helping people get back to their integrity that way as well. Excellent, excellent, really good stuff, and I'm looking forward to hearing how your group goes and people you're available for private counseling.
Yes.
On all of this, helping people speak their truth and walk their way back into the home within themselves, right?
Yeah, the Walking Your Path Back Home group is for people to come, to be yourself, to share about what's happening with you in your daily life, different experiences you've had, and saying, this is me walking.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We see each other walking. We say, wow, we all are walking. We all are
right.
doing our best. We all are learning about where home is in ourselves.
How great. So you have that group bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly on Tuesdays, yes.
Okay, excellent. And we'll have your contact information and
Perfect.
people can get in touch with you? Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bethany. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.